Hello everyone, welcome back. This week we're going to talk about conceptualization and measurement in our research. We've already talked a little bit about operationalizing. Remember, operationalizing is taking something from its nominal definition, from its dictionary definition, if you will, and turning it into a definition that can be measured in a research study. Conceptualization is similar to this. Conceptualization is the overall concept, what we mean by something. Previously, I've used the example of happiness as something that we could operationalize, but we can also conceptualize happiness. This is an important part of the research process because if we're doing our study, if we're doing our survey on levels of happiness, after we've asked a person to rate their level of happiness, what else can we ask them to understand how happy they are? Conceptualization can help us do this. When we think about happiness, think about what you mean when you say, "I'm happy." What other things could indicate happiness in a person? Those are things that we could also operationalize and measure in our survey to understand a person's happiness. These might be things that bring us happiness. They might be things that we think of when we're happy. They might be things that we do when we're happy. All of these are a part of conceptualization, and properly conceptualizing the ideas that we're trying to measure in our study is an important way for us to make sure that we have properly measured the concepts. Also this week, we will talk about the different groups that are in a study. Primarily, this is the control and the experiment group. It's important that you know the difference between these two, not just for your thesis or project, but also for the midterm and final exam. A control group is a group that does not receive the treatment. In other words, it does not receive the independent variable in your research. The experiment group is the one that does receive the treatment. In other words, they do receive the independent variable in your research. We will also talk about different types of measures and different types of measurement error. It's important that you be familiar with these different types of measurement error. Finally, we'll talk about the different types or different levels of validity. These levels do go in order, so it's important that you not only be familiar with the different types of validity, but also the order in which they're applied. As an activity for this week, we're going to formulate a question for our survey. This is not demographic questions. These need to be questions that can be answered by participants to help further our goal of answering the research question that we have developed. Again, as a part of this assignment, you will turn in a question at each level of measurement. That is, a question that is nominal, a question that is ordinal, a question that is interval, a question that is ratio, and finally, an open-ended question. If you have any questions while you're going through this, please contact me. Thank you.